Okay. What is poppin', people of the YouTubes? It's a good day to be great. And I'm glad I'm here with you. Talking football. Football's on right now. We got some preseason action. NFL preseason. I know we got the Browns and Eagles on right now. The score is 3-2, so we're looking at a baseball score. I think that is the only game for today. But it's always good to have football on. What's up? Let me know who I'm hanging out with. How we doing, chat? Sam says, what's Gucci? Welcome in, Sam. 20 days until kickoff. Daniel Macy, the old reliable countdown from Macy. You absolutely love it. Good to have you in the chat. And says the Eagles defense was looking nice. That's right. They were looking pretty nice. Well, to be fair, DTR drove them down the field, and then they just kind of fell apart, as they do. What it do, baby? What's up, Kev? What's up, Dak? Drop the link and says, Skid It Double L says, welcome in, people. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me. It's a Friday morning for me. It's a Thursday night for you, and very exciting times as football, like Macy said, is just 20 days away. So we will be doing a mock draft. If you do want to join today's mock draft, go ahead and join our Discord with the link that I just put in the description. Here's how it's going to look. When you join the Discord, you will see Mason stuff here, and then right under you'll see the Fantasyland tab with the orange footballs. And the content release tab, that is where I'm going to be placing the mock draft link for today's mock draft. So if you want to join, those are the quick and easy steps. What's up, JSC? Yes, living in Sydney at the moment, but born and bred American. Let's go, America! I don't know why I said that. Don't know why I did that, actually. Now that I think about it, I'm more afraid of Ramondre this season with Zeke in the fold. I've been saying that a little bit. I mean, I think he has top 12 ceiling still, but I think Zeke is going to be involved. But hey guys, go ahead and drop a like as you jump into the stream. I have a like goal of 50 likes on today's stream. If we hit that, I'll be doing 2 mock drafts for you guys, hanging out deep into the night. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send this link in 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff, ladies and gentlemen. Let's first come, first serve. 1 quarterback, non-tight end premium PPR. And we will go ahead and get this thing started. We got 1 spot left. It's almost full, and it is officially full. So let's get this thing started. Just while we are doing that, I wanted to let you guys know something super exciting that I've been thinking about doing, honestly, for a year now. I've been thinking about creating this channel that I'm about to tell you guys about. Obviously, still going to be as full on with Fantasyland, Dynastyland, but I've been thinking on it. I've been sitting on it for quite some time, and I've decided that I'm making a 3rd channel where it'll just be my own content. Whatever I want to put out there, I am going to specifically be diving into Devy football. So if you don't know what Devy football is, it's basically a way to dive deeper into Dynasty football and a way to dive deeper into college prospects, high school prospects, things like that. It's just a really fun way to play Dynasty football at a deeper step. So if you want to subscribe over to my channel, I just put it in the chat, but you can search youtube.com/@zach.savage. My first video will be releasing soon. Again, absolutely, I'm going to be still as present as I was on the Dynasty and Fantasyland channel, but just wanted to kind of create something of my own as well and talk about things that I'm super passionate about, and Devy football is going to be on the list, so hopefully you guys can join me over there. But here I am at the 1-3. Justin Jefferson off the board, Jamar Chase off the board. I'll take Christian McCaffrey in this example, or this scenario here. So CMC, welcome to the squad. Then we see Tyreek Hill at the 1-4. Cooper Kupp at the 1-5, and we'll see what Rowan does here. Travis Kelce at the 1-6. You love to see it. Travis Kelce at the 1-6, and we'll see what Dak's up to. Sam says, never tried the 101. Barely made it, and says, would not be surprised to see Zeke get the first carry week 1. Yeah, neither. Oh boy. I do. And yeah, give me Marvin Harrison Jr. I'll take 15 firsts. I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so Kelsey goes, then Bijan Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Stephon Diggs, Austin Eckler falls to the 110. Honestly, guys, I feel like this year in drafts, excuse me, I feel like it could go so many different ways in the first round. I really feel like in the past there was like a very set, this is exactly how it's going to go in the first round. I think anything is a possibility. Genuinely, anything's a possibility in your first rounds this year. So don't discount that fact. Okay, so we see Bijan, Saquon, Stephon Diggs, Eckler, CeeDee Lamb, Nick Chubb, Tony Pollard, Amon-Ra, A.J. Brown off the board. Good to see. Very good to see. Okay, so we've got team 11 and 9 starting with the double wide receivers with CeeDee Lamb, Amon-Ra, and Stephon Diggs, Davante Adams. We have a double hero RB start at the 12 with Toast. Let's see what Just Dak's about to do. He's about to whip up another double hero RB start with Derrick Henry. And Rowan, first pick, Travis Kelce. Let's see what he does. Eckler, crazy value. Pretty crazy. Yeah, at the 110. That's pretty wild. What's good, MP? Welcome in, my man. And says, got to take the Mahomes stack. Let's see. Let's see. Anything's possible. Okay. So it is Pat Mahomes off the board. It is Patrick. And then Jalen Waddle at the 2-8. Josh Jacobs. I've seen Macy pretty consistently take Josh Jacobs. I don't think he's worried. I think he's very confident in Josh Jacobs moving forward. A lot of options here. A lot of options. But I think I know what I would do. Yeah, give me Olave here. Give me Olave. How many games do you think Ritter starts this year? You know, I really think he's going to start all of them. I feel like it's a very different situation to what Mariota was in last year, because there was the rookie pick sitting right behind him. You know, Taylor Heineke, I think everyone in the NFL is aware of what he is, which is a very fun, exciting quarterback too. He's not some young guy waiting in the wings that could take over your franchise, you know. So I would say all games unless he gets injured. Even if he's bad. I mean, if he's bad, at some point they're going to be like, all right, keep being bad and we'll try and get Caleb or Drake May. Joshua says, every time I look at my dynasty team with JT on them, I feel like I have the dog surrounded by fire. Everything's fine. Yes, 100%. I feel you. Honestly, I'm kind of with you there. I traded JT away in every league I had him last year, but I definitely understand the pain of where you're coming from. I'm confident in Josh Jacobs, 858,000. Yeah, that's the fine that he will pay every time he's not there, right? Kelsey Mahomes stack got sniped hard and says he wanted Olave. Sorry. Taylor Heineke is horrible. Cats took over, says. Yeah, he's a fun watch, but, you know, he's not a good quarterback for sure. He's just a fun, exciting player to watch. Damn it! Why? Okay. I can never get Calvin Ridley anymore. Never. It's impossible. All right. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Yeah, I'm triggered. Okay. We're gonna grab Travis Etienne then. Welcome to the squad, Travi. Oh, Mark would have been the good pick there. I was literally thinking about Mark at the 210. Oh, that's on me. That's on me. Traded JT for Gibbs 1-for-1 and after the draft and got roasted by the league chat. Oof. Still have to wait and see how that one turns out, but it looks pretty good for you right now. Hey, what's the latest you would take JT in a dynasty startup? Fell to me at the 4-2. You know, Styles, that's a really good question. I'm actually releasing a video on Monday on our Dynasty channel, and the video is actually completely surrounded around how to dominate a Superflex startup draft, and I bring very specific data points on why I don't draft running backs early in Dynasty startup drafts. So watch out for that video. It has a photo of Justin Fields, I think, on it, and it says how to dominate your startup draft. Watch out for that video coming out on your Monday. But I think that would be the best answer to your question. Because I'm not really, I'm just not taking running backs early in my startups. Yeah, DTRs is fun to watch for sure. You did get me back. Badaki is, he's in Melbourne. We have a friend who had a birthday, and he just invited, you know, some people to Melbs. So Badaki is in Melbs, living his life. Badaki's at Giants camp. You know, I don't know if you guys have seen the video Daniel Jones did. He went like undercover for Boss, Hugo Boss, and it was actually pretty funny. Like he presented himself as very likable in that video. If you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to watch it. Daniel Jones, Hugo Boss. He was actually kind of funny. Like, he's such a reserved person, but he's kind of like one of those people who are funny without trying, if that makes sense. Sam says, JT a risk at the 3-1, but I'm fine rolling the dice. I can respect it. Okay, so I love the start from Mega Toast, getting 2 running backs we love and Keenan DK. Big fan of the Joe Mixon pick. He's been one of my favorite buys in best ball and in redraft all offseason. Breece Hall at the 4-4. Too early for me. I have to be honest, guys. Like, it's too early for me, and I could absolutely be wrong. But I just struggle to see a scenario in which Dalvin Cook is not heavily involved in that backfield. You already had the concerns about what Breece would look like after the ACL injury. But now you have how many yards did Dalvin run for? A 1,200 yard rusher last year in your same backfield. So, and they brought him in for some pretty serious money. I know it's only 1 year, but I mean, yeah. You got a running back who last year, let me do the quick math for you guys. Almost had 1,500 all-purpose yards, you know? I still think Breece is going to be good, but I am someone who believes that Dalvin Cook will be pretty involved as well. So I currently, as I look at my rankings, I have Breece Hall in redraft, keep in mind, as my RB22. I think people are going to hate me for saying that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. Man, a lot of good running backs on the board here. I think my highest ranked would be Miles, though, so we'll go Miles. Yeah, 22, man. I mean, like, when I think about the situation, if Breece Hall, this is the thing. If Breece Hall did not have the ACL injury and there was no Dalvin Cook, he would be easily in my top 4 or 5 of running back rankings. But the context is very different to that, right? He does have the ACL that he's recovering from. We don't know what he will look like. Historically, it's not been good for pretty much every running back outside of Adrian Peterson. And you add a running back in Dalvin Cook who has a huge history of being explosive. I know he might have lost a step, but being explosive, being a workhorse. Last year, almost 1,500 all-purpose yards. And it's not like this is Nick Chubb you're adding, who's just going to be involved on the ground. Obviously, Chubb's a better running back than Cook at this point, right? Like, don't hear what I'm not saying. But I'm saying it's not like you're adding someone who's more focused on groundwork. This is also a very good receiver in Dalvin Cook. So, yeah, I'm just personally more hesitant. I want guys who I know have less competition for the amount of touches that they're seeing. Give me Aaron Jones. Give me Miles Sanders. Give me Najee. You know, if Javonte actually plays in preseason, I think I'm going Javonte Williams. Both dealing with a knee injury. One is battling with Dalvin Cook. The other is battling with Samaje Perine. Right now, I'm trying to ask myself, do I want J.K. Dobbins or Breece Hall? Like, that's kind of where I am at this very moment. Probably leaning Breece Hall, but it's tough, man. I think it's a much more difficult situation than people want to admit. And if we're all unbiased, I think we can all admit that it definitely does impact him a lot. And it's just my personal opinion, but I feel like the people who are like, nah, Breece is just going to win out. Like, you're probably, like, if you are saying that, you probably have Breece Hall on your team. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's probably why you are saying that to your friends or, you know. And to be clear, nobody wanted Dalvin Cook to go to the Jets for fantasy, right? I wanted Breece Hall to dominate this year without that kind of competition. It's just what I want and what's reality are two different things this year, you know? Okay, cool. Give me Drake London. I was thinking about him at the 4.10. The 5.3 feels much, much better. Kat says I'd take Breece in the third if I want to. He's too talented to sit behind Dalvin. Yeah, I can respect it. You think the Jets try to snatch Devontae? They could, but they'd have to pay a pretty penny. I don't think they have the resources. Sad for Breece. He's so elite. You know, maybe it's just enough of a workload that Breece goes off in the playoffs. He could. He definitely could. Nah, Breece is going to win out, bro. Me, a Breece manager in the Badaki Birthday League. Yeah. 100%. 100%. Is Pittman's injury serious? If it's the same injury that we were talking about yesterday, then no, I don't think it's serious. Is there a new injury or is it the same one with his ankle? Y'all let me know. What's up, Kyle? Welcome in, my man. But yeah, I think it's the same injury we were talking about yesterday, and if it is, I don't think it's a serious injury. Hey, shout out to the 36 people watching the stream. Thanks for hanging out with me on a Thursday night. It's a Friday morning for me. Again, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that like button. Like goal is 50 likes on today's stream. If we do hit that, I'll pop off a second mock draft for everyone. And, you know, the reason I ask for a like is because it truly does help the algorithm. It helps the channel grow. So it's just a simple way for you to help the channel. What's up, WG? Welcome in. Dak says, hi, Kyle. JSC says I would have taken Gibbs over Etienne. Yeah, very close. Back-to-back in my rankings. Etienne's my 9. Gibbs is my 10. I personally feel like, I mean, these are two running backs on what we project to be very good, high explosive offenses. The difference is I feel like Montgomery is a bigger threat to goal line opportunities than what Dak is, and I know, or than what Tank is. Excuse me. I know a lot of people would disagree with me there, but to me, Tank is your you know, 35% of the workload guy. Etienne's your 65. I think Monty and Jahmyr Gibbs are very much going to be 50-50. The way they use Montgomery and Swift, like, it was very successful for them, so I don't see a reason for them to stop. But again, like, back-to-back in my rankings, I don't think you can go wrong with either of those guys. And also, I like Montgomery as a value. Now, he keeps going way too early in our drafts. Like, he went at the 6'4" here. I'm not saying that's too early, Cousins, but, like, I'm typically used to seeing Monty in the 7th or 8th round, and I just feel like that's such an incredible value. So, yeah. Let's see who makes it back to me. Waller never makes it. Like, in the leagues where you guys know my guys almost never make it back to me, honestly. Like, the leagues where you guys know the players that I like, those players aren't getting to me. It never happens. Never happens. Okay. We have some pretty good options available to us. Where did Godwin go? I'm always curious to see where he goes off the board. At the 5-6. That's a pretty good pick. Okay. A lot of wide receivers here. So I feel like I can take the wide receiver I want, and then there will still be one that I am happy with on the return. So we'll grab Jordan Addison here, my guy. Ideally, you get him in the 7th. Took him in the 6th, again, because team 1 and 2 already have 4 and 3 wide receivers. Doesn't mean that they won't go wide receiver, but there are other needs that they need to address. You know, if it was a real league, I feel like they would address those leagues or those needs. So when you watch football, is it on Monday mornings? Yes. We get up at 3 a.m. So when it's Sunday for you guys and the morning games are starting, the morning slate, it's a 3 a.m. start for us. And that day is honestly so bad for my health because 17 weeks in a row, we wake up that early, and then the games finish at like 2, 3 p.m., and then we make content for the rest of the day. It significantly impacts my health. Significantly. Hollywood definitely does deserve more love this year, for sure. Someone I've brought a couple times as a buy low on the Dynasty channel. Absolutely. What's up, BZ? He says, I'm going to be drafting the 8-man. Oh, man, in an 8-man, everyone's going to have a good team. I'm just going to be honest with you, BZ. Like, in an 8-man league, everyone's team is probably going to be ultra stacked. But what I would say is I would probably prioritize tight ends and quarterbacks a lot earlier in that format. Like, in a 12-man, I'm going late quarterback strategy and late tight ends. But in an 8-man, give me Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce as my first 2 picks. As crazy as that sounds, because in an 8-man, I'm still going to have Miles Sanders, Travis Etienne, Ridley, DJ Moore as my wide receivers and running backs if I go Kelce Mahomes. So that would be my biggest bit of advice. Everything I say for a 12-man league, you do the opposite, right? In an 8-man, get the most elite quarterback, get the most elite tight end, and you're still going to have so many freaking good running backs and wide receivers available to you. That's how I would approach it myself. Katz took over, says, love the My Guys video. Actual facts behind the picks, not just gut feeling. Yes, sir. Try my best. I try my best. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Okay. Still going to punt quarterback. I feel like there's so many good options available to me. Oh, and this is where it gets really tough because there's 2 picks that I really like on the board. Ooh. Jeez. Okay, let's go Jahan Dotson. Welcome, Jahan Dotson. I'm really liking this team so far. I'm liking it. 3 a.m. red zone. Yes, you know the vibe. What time do you go to bed on Sunday night? Yeah, my family thinks I'm crazy. Well, probably I am crazy. I spend 60 to 70 hours a week on making content for a game. So they're right. I am crazy. But on Sunday nights, I typically go to bed at like 7 or 8 p.m. And that's not like get into bed, go to bed at 10 p.m. No. Blinds are down. Sound machine's on. That's, yeah, 7 p.m. on a Sunday night. Ooh, crazy. I'm a crazy man. What can you do? Did I ask where Lenny and Kareem Hunt will go? I don't think so, but I have no idea. They'll go somewhere and they'll piss us off, honestly. Like, it will happen. I know who's catching passes from McCoy. The other team's DBs, probably. Agreed, Dak. Get Kelsey in the 8-man. Pickens over Johnson again. Yes, we are seeing it. What's up, Badaki? Welcome in. MP says, "What? I wake up at 2:45 a.m. to set lineups." Yeah, same. I typically, what I do, MP, is I set my lineups before I go to bed. But I'll wake up about 15 minutes earlier, look at any sort of news that's happened, and adjust accordingly. So I'll have like my lineups pretty much good to go, but I'll make those last little changes about 10 minutes before kickoff. Kyle says, Badaki, why are you in the chat? How's Giants camp going? Yeah, how's Danny Dimes looking? Let us know. Okay, so Quentin, Alvin Kamara, James Cook, Elijah Moore, Zay Flowers. I got to be honest, I'm liking Alvin Kamara a little bit more. I'm not all in on him, but I'm starting to like him a little bit more as the weeks go on. In the 7th round, I like that pick. What I didn't like is when we were seeing him go in the 4th round, in the 5th round. But in the 7th round, I could get on board with that. I really could. Okay, so Trevor Lawrence lasts till the 7-12. Then we see Dalvin Cook, Kyle Pitts off the board. Kyle Pitts definitely would have been my pick at the 8-10. So I think you got good value there. Deshaun Watson off the board. Still a lot of good options out there. The wide receivers get thin quick though, don't they, guys? Wide receiver position feels like it gets thin more than any other position at the moment. But I'm really happy with this starting lineup here. CMC, Etienne, Olave, London, Sanders, Addison, Dotson. I'm liking it. It feels good. Did anybody else watch the ESPN mock draft marathon? I love it because it's just I enjoy watching people have fun and doing a mock draft. I wish they would do a 12-man. They do a 10-man. So like the teams they put together feel unrealistic. But Joe Mixon went in like the 2nd round or something in a 10-man league. I was like, what is happening? How far out of touch are these guys with the community? All right, so Antonio and Brian back to back. As we see Gabe and Sky off the board. Man. There's a couple picks here that I really like, but you know what we're going to do? Oh, we might just grab tight end because, to be honest, there's like 6 or 7 players I could grab. But I felt like Goddard was in a tier of his own there. Herbert was definitely one of them. What are your thoughts on going all in on the Bengals this year? I honestly might draft Chase, Higgins, Mixon, and Burrow. I wouldn't suggest building your teams out that way. Because the issue is that if you make it to the playoffs and a team does have a down game, you have almost no chance of making it through. You want a little more variance in your roster. You know, I have a friend in one of my home leagues I'm a Chiefs fan, but he's one of those Chiefs fans who only draft Chiefs players, and he was killing it, made it to the playoffs, and then the Chiefs didn't have a good game, lost instantly. And then also, you're going to find it really difficult to trade, I imagine, because a lot of people will be aware of the weaknesses of your roster, which is that you have so many Bengals players, so they'll try and get maybe a discount from you. So, look, like, just not something I would do doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's just not something that I would do myself. Okay, welcome to the team, Zach Charbonnet. Welcome, Sharby. Gun to your head, which Panthers wide receiver do you want on your team this year? None? Is none an option? If none is not an option, probably the guy that we don't know much about. The early second round pick. You know, we know what Adam Thielen is. We know there's probably not untapped upside there with his age and how many years he's been in the league. Terrace Marshall's fun. But yeah, I think if it were me, I'd be going for the rookie who's escaping my mind right now for some reason. We all know who it is. But for some reason, I'm struggling to remember his name. Why is this hard? What's the dude's name? Come on. Come on. His name is Jonathan Mingo. Why did that take me so long to figure out? Bean, come here. Come on. Want to get Bean on the stream. Come here. Yeah. Come on, bud. Come here. Say hello. Hello. Okay. Come here. Do you want to say hello? Go ahead. Say something. It's a good boy. Say hello. He's like, can you just put me down? Just want to go outside and lay on the couch and lay in the sun. Alright, go live your life. Okay, so in the ninth round, Ingram goes off the board. Freiermuth, Devon Achane. I like the Achane pick. Michael Thomas. I like the Michael Thomas pick. Alan Lazard off the board. Would you rather be weak at quarterback or tight end? Probably quarterback, but if we're saying we're not weak at tight end, I'm assuming I have Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce. The reports are relatively good with Mingo. I mean, it's not like the drumbeat is just undeniable, but the reports are pretty decent, you know. And the good news is that with Terrace Marshall dealing with an injury, he has a chance to get some work. But the way I view it is if they play him out of the slot, I think he has a chance to be really good for fantasy. Otherwise, probably not. My friends think I'm nuts, but I would take Kelce at the 103 in redraft. I don't think it's crazy. Especially if there's a tight end premium. Like in a tight end premium league, you can't take Travis Kelce too early, in my opinion, you know? Yes, I think Justin Ross will make the roster, but I don't think he'll be someone that you can start in fantasy. And I've kind of felt that way for a minute about him, but I know a lot of people disagree, and that's completely all right. Mingo goes off the board there. Okay, we're going to grab Anthony Richardson here in the 10-10. Bean is my 101. Same, Macy. Same. DJ Chark could be the number one, yeah. Like, at the end of the day, honestly, I don't think there's going to be a wide receiver that you want to start. And if there is, it won't be until, like, mid-season. Now, I could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. But, yeah, I'd be surprised if there's a superstar tight end or wide receiver in the first couple weeks. Okay, we'll grab Jacoby Myers here. Not a sexy pick. But he's got to have a role after bringing him in. It feels like the Raiders were like, Hey, what wide receiver in free agency is most like Hunter Renfrow? When they're like, oh, Jacoby Myers. Yeah, let's sign that guy. But should we sign that guy? Because we already have Hunter Renfrow. Like, no, let's just get kind of like two of the same guys in there. You know, we're kind of following the Giants game plan with wide receivers. That's kind of how it feels. But surely you bring Jacoby Myers in, he's going to get the work. We've heard Renfrow, rumors of them trying to trade him. It's a mess in Las Vegas, isn't it? Hayden Hurst, baby. What's up, Kev? Welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, guys, do have a like goal of 50 likes. Currently 30, so about 20 likes away. If we do hit that like goal, I will pop off a second mock draft for you guys tonight. Otherwise, you know, we'll still hang out, but might not do 2 mock drafts for the night. Rashee Rice off the board. Tank Bigsby off the board. By the way, guys, I said this at the beginning of the stream. Just wanted to quickly mention it as well. Absolutely no pressure whatsoever if you have no interest. But I have been thinking for quite some time of creating my own channel where I can create different content. So I have done that. Focusing specifically on Devy content. Now, if you don't know what Devy is, you probably know what Dynasty Football is. Devy is just a further step into that world. You're learning more about players who are recruited. You're learning much more about college football players in general. So if you want to, I guess, like get into that world a little bit, go ahead and follow my channel that I just made. I will be releasing a video here soon. Haven't released a video just yet, but if you want to see some content from me, might do some Dynasty content, might do some fantasy content, but we'll probably be focusing on Devy. Go ahead and subscribe to that channel if you like, if you want to support, or if you want to hang out. I'll be doing live streams, I'll be doing videos. So even if you're like not sure about the Devy world and you want to know more about it, or you want to know more about college football players or incoming high school recruiting classes, etc., then go ahead and subscribe to me over there. Would appreciate that as I start this new venture. Still going to be as present as I am on Fantasyland and Dynastyland. Nothing like that is going to change. I'm just adding more content that I can put out there in the world. Honestly, I've been thinking about doing it for a long time, and just feel like now's the time to you know, just kind of fully embrace it and go for it. Was a little bit worried about you know, just doing something on my own, but I want to be able to do something on my own as well and just be, you know, super proud of it. So appreciate everyone who subscribed over there. Again, if you like NFL, if you like football, if you like fantasy, Dynasty, Devy, Campus to Canton, that kind of stuff, then give me a follow over there. Give me a sub over there. Okay, so we see Dak Prescott at the 11-11, which is absolutely bonkers value. Love it. Oh, man. Michael Gallup just seems like burning a pick, doesn't it? We're gonna grab Rashawn Johnson. I'm starting to hear a lot of Rashawn Johnson love out of the Chicago camp. Hit that like button. Number 29 like Fantasy Dog says, just got here. What about Richie James in best ball? He's a fun pick. Like, honestly, in best ball, the players I'm probably drafting would be MVS because he's the cheapest, and then Sky Moore and Rashee Rice. But overall, I don't have a lot of hope in any consistency in that wide receiver room. But then again, that's why you are, you know, drafting them in best ball. Devy, let's go. That's right, Kev. Awesome look, dog. Thanks. Kev says just subscribed. Music to my ears. Yes, sir. Hell yeah, Dragon. Justin knows. Justin knows. I'll take Daniel Jones as my like safer quarterback with Anthony Richardson. How many of you guys know where this reference is from? I want to know who knows what this is from. The real ones are going to know. I'm Zach, but you have to call me Dragon. Kenneth Gainwell, Raheem Mostert off the board. Bryce Underwood goes to high school a mile from my house. Kid is special. Only a junior there this year. Love it. Follow it, people. Thanks, Kyle. Kyle's helping me out with some cool database stuff that we're gonna talk about over on that channel, guys. Styles says, think I redeemed myself with that horrible mock at the 101 yesterday. Yeah, looking much better, Styles. Much, much better. In fact, that team is hot. That team is fire hot, my guy. Well done. My boy Rashawn, yes. Step Brothers, you knew. You knew. Angel knows. Justin knows. Daniel knows. Can you change your name to a symbol for the Devi channel? Like Elon Musk's children? Is that what you're talking about? Like those vibes? Yeah, can try. Hey guys, by the way, currently 37 likes, so we're 13 likes away from our like goal. No worries if we don't get there today, but I'll leave about 5 minutes here. If we do get to that like goal of 50, I'll pop off a second mock draft. Otherwise, I will answer some questions in the chat for now. Did you do good? And yes, you did good. The only criticism I would have is I think you need to be much deeper at wide receiver. I understand you're very strong at the top, but I think you need to be much, much deeper at the position. Like the Herbert pick to me, like that should have been a wide receiver. I want at least 5 in a league where you can flex or start 5 in total, right? But of course, this isn't a full draft, but that would be my only thing. Dak says, damn it. What do you think of squad 109? It's pretty good. Again, I don't like the Brees pick. I could be biased. I also think, but honestly, outside of that, I think like you've made some pretty good picks here. If you take Brees away and you make it Mixon, or I know Mixon went earlier, but Aaron Jones, I feel much better about it. Did you start watching football through NFL or college football? Honestly, I grew up in a household that, like, we would just watch football all the time. Me and my dad, we would just always watch football. When I was growing up, we lived actually in the state of Virginia. So I grew up a Virginia Cavaliers fan. And we would go to games. My dad had season passes for quite some time. We would go to games in Charlottesville, watching the Virginia Cavaliers just get absolutely dominated by Florida State, absolutely dominated by Clemson and North Carolina and Miami. We were awful, but I loved it. So literally was born into like Washington and Virginia fandom, and you know, football was something I fell in love with pretty much from day one. Let me get my startup, Angelo says. What's up, Angelo? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Mr. Trez says, great channel. Keep it up. I had the 4th pick in my draft. Would you take Tyreek Hill over Cooper Kupp? Yes, I would. You know, I've talked about this before in a video we released recently, but when you're drafting a first-round pick, you have to know that these are incredible players. So there's a chance that Cooper Kupp is more valuable than Tyreek Hill, but you have to find like the slightest reason not to take a player. And for me, that slightest reason to take Tyreek over Cooper is purely just the hamstring injury. I know that that's a small detail. There's a chance Cooper Kupp's the number 1 wide receiver. There's a chance Tyreek's the number 1 wide receiver. But knowing that he's already dealing with the hamstring injury, that would bring me to take Tyreek over Cooper Kupp. You just need a small reason why in those scenarios. Pick your top 2 running backs for round 12. Gainwell, Mostert, Singletary, Spears, Deion Jackson. I would say probably Singletary. You know, I got to put Gainwell number 1 right now just because of the reports we're hearing. It's probably not true, but we're hearing that Gainwell is going to be really important. So at that point of the draft, why not take a shot? I'll put Gainwell 1. And second for me would be between Singletary and Mostert. I think I would go Singletary then Mostert. How did the 101 do? You did well. Yes, you did well. As long as JT plays, I think you'll feel very good about that squad. I like the quarterback late with Goff there. After Keenan's hamstring injury last year, I think I might be off Kupp. Hard for older receivers to recover quicker, you know. Speak the truth, thanks. 104 is thin at running back. Yeah, a little bit thin. I think Macy knows that. He probably would agree. He's probably not excited about A.J. Dillon being his RB2. Did I send Frieza in the background of your personal channel in the top left corner? Yes. This entire thing is just something I made a long time ago, and I just decided to use it as my banner. It's just a couple things that I like. You got the Nike tick. I don't know if people noticed that. The Nike tick. I've got the Washington logo. That's actually the Washington football team logo. A little off-white there, trying to show some fashion. And, you know, just a couple things that I'm interested in. Late second, early third is just too ugly this year. Now, to be honest, Gainwell actually good coming from an Eagles fan. It sounds like it. All the reports out of camp are good, man. But that's not Frieza. That's the Silver Surfer, by the way. I'm realizing what you're saying now, Kev. Or Kyle, sorry. That's the Silver Surfer on the top left. Anyway. Kevin says, do you agree OG Jurassic Park 3 is underrated? I think all the Jurassic Parks are underrated, man. The new ones are getting such bad reviews, but I think they're still quality movies. Of course, like Hollywood's doing their Hollywood thing, but I think they're all pretty good movies. Rank these studs. Mahomes, Allen, or Hurts. I would go Mahomes, Allen, Hurts in that order, but you can't go wrong with either of them. I'm still in on Jameson Williams. In fact, I think this will probably bring a buy low opportunity. Like, he's getting so cheap that, like, people are selling him for second-round picks. It's hard not to be in on Jameson Williams, you know? It's not Dragon Ball Z, Kyle, no. Picked up Ty Chandler off the waivers. Yeah, I picked him up pretty much the day I heard that Dalvin was dropped. I submitted a bunch of bids for Ty Chandler just to have him, you know. Not a lot of Devi creators. Yes, I know. I kind of, you know, I've been talking to Kyle about that as well. I feel like there's a gap. Devi is so fun to play, and there's definitely some people on YouTube who cover it really, really well. But I think that the space can grow, and I hope to be a part of that. I hope to grow the space. I hope to build a community. Hope to show people how fun Devi is. Really, really excited about that channel and what we can do together. Zach Savage drums. Angelo knows. Where's Zach Savage drums? Let's see. Yeah, I won't be using that channel, but yes, back in the day, this was me playing drums. If you guys want to watch, it's too embarrassing for me to watch now, but yeah, back in the day, I was doing my thing over there, doing my thing. All right, guys, I think that's probably it for today. However, if you want to keep watching some content, a couple things that you can watch. The first one being my guys, which I released yesterday. 6 players, 1 at each position at least, 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 6 my guys, and I also give you 4 honorable mentions. We have our wide receiver rankings up on the channel, and then on the Dynasty channel, Badaki released a video about some players that he considers must draft. We have our running back rankings updated. I have must buy players. So there's so much content out there for you guys to watch. Outside of that, if you don't know, you can support us over on the Flock Fantasy website. You will get a lot of perks as well in return. But if you want to read an article that I just wrote about preseason action and how I feel like a lot of people are overreacting, hopefully it will serve as a chill pill to everyone out there who's concerned about snap counts and depth charts at this point of the year. If you want rankings, not only for Dynasty, you got Dynasty Superflex, 1 quarterback, but also for the 2023 season for Best Ball. If you're in, let's say, a Dynasty league, like let's say, for example, these were my Dynasty rankings, and you're only wanting to draft a young squad, you only want to look at rankings of players at the age of 25 or under. Well, with our age slider, you can do so. So not only do you have the rankings, you have the articles, you have the databases, from all of the team when you sign up. So use our code LAND. That will get you 30% off your membership. And if you choose the Mother Flocker tier, not only will you get everything that I just discussed, you'll also unlock a personal DM for advice to myself and Badaki. We call it the Fantasy Hotline. You'll unlock a Dynasty roster review. You'll be able to be in our Dynasty trade show that happens every single week. And you'll unlock the entire Discord over there that we offer. So, biggest Discord in the world, by the way. Over 11,000 people. Steve says I want another draft. I'm ending the stream, Steve. Ending the stream. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you very, very soon. All love.